Do you have to invite me, or can I just join you?
I
Oh, never mind.
think you can just join me. I don't know actually. All right, we're gonna do this one. We're going. We're doing it. So this is for 2 players. So I figure we're gonna split up into two teams. That's my assumption anyway.
I don't understand this tooltip it's giving me. Press Solaire to throw items from your enemy or from your inventory.
Press Solaire.
Yeah, what button is Solaire?
That's the one right next to the reload.
Is it next to the automatically disconnect from online play?
Maybe. Oh look, it split us up automatically, and guess what? It put Craig and Lost Joke on the same side.
That's because it knows we're the best
dream team. All right, well, what the hell are we doing? Time to look at stuff.
We're moving this slow. I swear we moved faster than this.
Remember that you can sprint a bit. We have buttons. We have like a 3x3 thing of buttons on a desk. We have some chess pieces.
You know, it's only been a week. I've completely forgotten how to play.
Oh.
Alright.
I found a clock.
Code here.
Okay, what's the 4-digit code?
No, I mean, I need a 4-digit code.
Oh, okay. Well, I have paintings here that say, tell what you see.
I think that's just instructions for
We have a painting that has an H on it, a painting that has a B on it, a painting that has an F on it. It looks like I also need a 4-digit code of some kind. I'm trying to like look at all the, you know, drawers and shit that we can do.
Codes.
The painting that says "Tell what you see" is it a map of the Earth?
No, it's a painting of a guy.
For us, it's a map of the Earth.
Yeah, it's a map of the Earth.
Is there anything special about that map of the Earth?
Everything's yellow. It's all of the continents except for North and South Pole land masses. They're not there, and it just says in green letters, "Tell what you see."
Huh.
I don't know if where it says that is any difference. It's like if you split the painting into 4 quadrants, it's in like the bottom right.
Yeah, that's where my tell what you see is as well. Do you have a chessboard on your side?
I don't see a chessboard.
Yes.
There's a
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
It's a weird. It's not like a chessboard though. It just has knights and it has weird circles on it.
Really?
Yeah,
what
it looks
are
like,
the circles? I can't move these.
It's like a cross of circles. It's not a chessboard grid.
That's weird.
It's like a 9x9 grid of circles. Like there's a top grid, a bottom grid, a right grid, and a left grid. It's just picture them in like 3x3 squares, but like together to be like a plus sign.
And it shows knight movement patterns. And there are 4 knights around it.
They're color coded too.
We have one knight over here, but I can't seem to interact with the chessboard at all.
We also have a whiteboard that has a grid of numbers.
What's the numbers? Is it a 3x3 grid?
No, it's a
5x4.
5x4. And the numbers are they're not in an order. They're kind of like jumbled up, so it's. Oh, I don't think the map maker could get rid of the text on that, so that doesn't. Right.
Is there why did this mess up? This clock seems to have messed up. Is there anything that looks like it could be time? Like a time of day. This clock is messed up, but I should be able to
Time of day?
mess with it. Yeah, just like, is there anything that looks like it could be describing a time? Hours, minutes, seconds?
We also have colored letter blocks that we can interact with. From A to H. We also have a refrigerator with 3 post-it notes.
Yeah.
That are colored and also say what color they are. So a green post-it note that says green, a yellow post-it note that says yellow, and a white post-it note that says white.
Tell me about the blocks. Describe the blocks' colors in order from like A to H.
Red, green,
Pink. I think that'd be pink.
light purple, blue, teal. Light
all
green,
of these are
dark
called
green.
all of these are called red button, and some of them are not. Like light green, dark green. All right, no, these aren't. These definitely aren't the same ones. I have
like light green and yellow, but they're so close in shade they look similar.
No, I don't have that. I have red, yellow, purple, green, black, pink. What looks like what is that? Like a tan or a beige. Very light blue and a white.
Let's focus on the chessboard for now. We have that grid. It shows knight movement patterns. We have 4 knights that can be faced in 4 different directions each. And they are also color-coded. Green, red, blue, and yellow.
Green, red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah. Do you want like they're also in like 4 corners of the board? Do you want like which corner is what color?
The problem I have with focusing on the chessboard is that there's the chessboard and chess pieces that we have over here. I cannot interact with them.
Well, that just means you need to tell us something that will tell us which way to face our knights.
I'll tell you then. So on the, I don't know if it matters, on the side that is facing the window, I assume that you guys have a window on your wall.
Yeah, window to a blank void, yes.
So on that side we have is black, and we have a, what is that, a queen? We have a queen where she is. Or is that a king? I don't know. We have the tall, it's tall with a plus on it. And then
I guess are your pieces in their starting positions?
No. The two it must be kings though, because that's a queen, right, Kyle? That's a queen, so this must be a king, right?
King has the cross on the crown.
All right.
Yeah.
So the king is, I think, where it should be, both the white and black. But then on the black side, which is again the window side, the knight is diagonal left from the king, like directly diagonal left in that very next space. And he looks like he's looking toward the if you're on the black side, if the window is to your back and you're looking at the chessboard, he is looking up and to the right towards a pawn, which is not quite directly diagonally up there.
Well, we can't face our knights diagonally, only orthogonally, and they're all black knights.
Okay.
All we do is rotate?
Yeah.
I want to say, judging by the color and how the knights move, we have to turn the knights in the position they would move associated with the color on the board. So like
there is only the one knight on this board, by the way. It is only the black knight.
Something like that. At least that's as much as I'm getting from this.
And the black knight is facing diagonally, you said?
Diagonally up and to the right, looking toward the white side. And he is on a white square, if that makes any difference.
No, I don't think the white square helps us.
I can tell you here.
For us, it's not a checkerboard.
What can you do? What can you do over there? What are you doing?
Looks like just rotate them.
All we can do is rotate them in the 4 cardinal directions.
Yeah.
You guys have a... Oh, there's usable books out here.
It's kind of what we mentioned is what we got. Is this board with the knights, white board with a grid pattern and numbers, the colored blocks, and then 2 4-digit combination locks.
God, this one is already like stumping us.
The letters on the paintings are like colored.
Oh yeah, the letters are colored. So H is pink or possibly a very light purple. B is like a light green, like a faded green. F looks like it could be either white or like a yellow.
That sounds like the colors on our colored blocks.
What color is H? Yeah, what color is H on yours?
Our H is blue.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a really intense blue.
What color is B and F?
B
B
is
is the darker green, and F is the lighter green. It's hard to tell because this is a really white desk, and it's kind of.
B isn't dark
colors
green. I think it's just neutral green.
What color is the light green? Green or light green? What letter is that?
F.
It's like a yellowish green.
Like lime green, maybe. Or highlighter green.
Yeah, that's kind of what it
Intense
is.
color.
What color is your...
Almost yellow.
Do you have like a...
Yellow.
Yeah, is it a yellow or a white block? Either one.
We don't have a white block. We have
Yellow?
F is like a yellowish green.
Well, do you have an actual
Say
yellow?
red button.
No, we don't have yellow.
Okay. Do you have a pink or a very light purple?
More like a cream color.
Yeah.
I think G would be yellow. On our side.
G, both F and G are some weird.
They're them being next to each other and on top of a really intensely white surface is really washing them out.
Do you have any shapes or shape blocks or shape symbols in your room?
We have
Like
one of
colored
those.
shapes?
We have one of those binary trees that shows fruit shapes.
Can't interact with it though. Shapes.
Do you
Well,
have
we have
anything?
a shelf full of stuff, but
Yeah,
it's
we have
not
bookshelves. We have a bookshelf that has a bunch of interactable books. That seems like it's going to be a like one of those where you pull the book out and it's like it activates a secret switch.
Well,
But
we have a lot of books, but they're not interactable. So what books do you?
Yeah, interact with your books and see. And
I've
we'll
already
see what
grabbed
happens on our
all
side.
of them,
No, I
and
don't-
nothing has happened.
I think what they need is information about our books before they interact with them.
Do you have any books that are kind of like half pulled out of your shelf, or messed at all?
They're all
Not
static.
Not a lot more than any other books. We have a book that says Trinity.
No.
Eyes wide open.
No. So the books that we can use, one of them is very plain, kind of brown book that just has one on the spine. One says Battle Until Death. One says Lost in Rome. It's red. One of is How to Grow. I don't know what that is. Super trees.
I've got
One
lots of
says
Rome here.
Time to Die. One says Lonely Writer. Is that what that says? One is like a really weird, like a Necronomicon kind of almost like a magic book looking thing. One is a white book that I can't read the title to. One is a kind of a bluish book that I also can't read the title to because for some reason the textures in this game are bad. And then the other one is another Lost in Rome.
I think we're just drowning each other in irrelevant information at this point.
Well, I mean, the books are definitely used for something, otherwise they wouldn't be interactable.
Can you open them?
Yeah, I know, but none of that information really tells us anything about what you need to know.
How about this? Here's
For
another thing.
example, Lost in Rome. There are like 3 copies of that on our shelf, and the location of it
Okay,
is
that's fine.
pretty much irrelevant.
Here's another thing. There is, you know, do you have lamps on the walls? Do you have like a couple lamps on the walls?
Yeah.
One of them has an umbrella on it. Do you have anything like that? As you're looking at the wall with the window, it is the lamp on the right, next to my tell you what you see.
Don't have a lamp, or we don't have an umbrella on the lamp in our.
Can you interact with that lamp at all?
No.
No.
Do you guys check all the drawers and stuff in your place?
Yep.
There's like 4 drawers we can interact with, and there's nothing in them.
There was a clock in ours, but I don't know that the clock is. It's number one is broken, as in like it's game glitched broken.
We have
Yeah.
3 gigantic poker chips that are blue, red, green.
Blue, red, green.
500, 150.
$500, 150. We have a like a computer desk, like a nice wooden computer desk that has a small house model in one place. It has a red Jack-in-the-Box in one place. It has a mortar and pestle. It has a little elephant figurine, and it has a fridge, and it also has a monitor in the middle. But I can't interact with any of those things. This desk also is the one that has this 3x3 row of buttons that are all colored.
Look at the fridge. On our fridge, we have post-it notes, green, yellow, and white.
There is nothing on this fridge. It is a plain fridge. It is a
Anything
2-door
near the
fridge with a freezer on the bottom. No, that's it. That's all that's on the shelf, and again, it is not interactable in any way.
Open the fridge and tell us what's in it.
It's not interactable in any way, Lost Joke. I cannot do anything with the fridge. It is just there.
Okay, we can open our fridge.
All right, what's inside yours?
On the top row, there's 3 jars of peanut butter. In the second row, in the middle row, there's a square Tupperware thing with 2 round Tupperware containers, and the bottom shelf are 2 half-gallon milk.
Wait, how many shelves are there?
There's like 3 shelves.
3 shelves. That has to be something, right? Can you interact with those items at all, or are they stuck where they are?
It's just where they are.
Okay, that's definitely a code of some kind. What do they look like as far as like labels or like colors?
Well,
They're
the milk is the
very
only one with
generic.
labels, but they're otherwise very generic.
They're arranged in
round
certain
jars.
numbers, though.
What
So, like,
numbers?
there's 3
The upper
jars of
shelf
peanut
has
butter.
1 on the left, 2 on the right. Middle, 1 on the left, 2 on the right. Bottom, 2 on the left.
I don't know.
Do you remember what I mean by the binary thing with the fruit?
Yes, but there's nothing
Nothing over there.
like that here as far as I can see.
There's this turntable thing.
Yeah, there's like a briefcase with this like you know those like dice things in that one broken map that you had to like swivel to get the right number? It's like those, except they all have symbols on them as well. For instance, 1 is a blue square, 2 is a red cross, 3 is a upside down tree. 4 is like a like when you draw a simple like bird in the sky, like in a child's drawing, like a
We have an
a W.
Why can't I move the carpet?
You can move the carpet.
Yeah, there's a red carpet in here I can move for some reason, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
Is there anything underneath it? Like if you move it all the way to one side?
I'm trying my best, but it's not going well.
I feel like we need like a single hint to get us going. We haven't done anything yet. We haven't done a single thing yet in this room.
What are the you have chess pieces, right?
We
Yeah.
have knights, and that's it.
How many knights? And what color?
4. They're all black, but they also are sitting on colored circles that are green, red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
There's no yellow though. Wait,
Yeah,
there
there's no
is.
yellow. Is there?
Yeah, it's like,
Is it this one?
yeah, I
I
think
guess that's
so.
kind of yellow.
What's the
No,
sun, isn't it?
That
I feel
hasn't
like
done
this
anything
map
though.
is not really giving us a lot of
It's
a direction.
I need like a single hint. I just need like one tiny little hint to get us started. Just to get the ball rolling, and then after that, like, we'll probably be fine. We just need to know like a single little tiny thing. And it ain't happening. Do you have any clocks? Any like table clocks or grandfather clock in your room?
No.
I wonder if this clock is just a red herring. It doesn't actually do anything.
Hmm.
Let's focus on those colors that we know match with the letters.
They don't quite match
Can you-
though.
Can you? I think that might be just because of the way we perceive these shitty colors.
Well, I mean, B
Can you tell me
is
what you're looking
straight
at
up a
again?
light green. It is a painting of a lady. It
You could
is
describe our B as a light green too, but I see it as just regular green.
it
it's
is
not
a
very
light green.
well.
It is in the lower right corner of the painting. F is
We've-
basically the exact same painting of the lady, except it's mirrored, and it could be white or it could be yellow.
We've
You look
got
cream,
a
but-
row
Cream
of
color.
blocks that we can push down into the desk. They're just sitting in a row from left to right.
Try. Do you have red?
Yeah, that's A. It's on the far left.
Try pressing red.
Okay.
Just because I'll press red over here and we'll see if anything happens. Nothing seems to have happened.
Probably have to press the ones that we have in common, maybe.
Maybe
So
try
where's-
pressing. Try pressing green. Let's go with white for F, and let's go with the pink. So green, white, and pink.
It's definitely not white.
Well, we have a white, and we also have like a cream, like a beige color as well.
What letters?
Well, for what, F? You have 2 colors for F?
No, we don't have those letters at all,
What are
except
they?
on the painting. So on our
BF
computer
and
desk,
H.
yeah, BF and H, and on our desk we have that 3x3 grid of buttons. That is, red, yellow, purple, green, black, pink, beige, very light blue,
Okay,
and I
well,
think
those
it's a white.
colors definitely have nothing to do with our colors. Because
Okay.
there's no white or black. That's for certain. So whatever that is, it's not connected to our blocks.
The only unique book on this bookcase is labeled with 1.
That's true. There is a book that has literally just has the number 1 on it.
And there's no other book.
Are there 3 other objects in your room that also just have random numbers on them?
Let's see. No other books that have numbers on them. None of these have numbers. There's the code, like the briefcase code, but that's not quite right. There's the clock, the big grandfather clock, but that just has, clock numbers on it. And it has no hands on it. So can't tell time anyway. And then there are the little table clocks as well, but those also don't really have, they have numbers on them, but like
That like robot from the space map, but I can just pick it up. I can't do anything with it.
The
He's not
clock,
happy.
this table clock that I can pick up lets me change the time on it, which is why I was asking if you guys had like a.
We have nothing of the sort.
Is it you can just turn the arms,
Yeah,
or
even though it's broken, it's like the arms are like way off to the side of the clock for some reason. Even though I can still turn them like as if they were still attached. I'm gonna guess that's just a glitch.
might be a glitch, but it doesn't look like there's anything.
Nothing that might be like a time.
No.
I'm about to look up just like a single hint about this. I just want like a place to start at this point. We've been here for like half an hour with nothing to show for it.
Yeah, I've got nothing. This so far has given nothing to give me even the slightest hint of, or direction rather, of what's going on. And there's limited interactables. Like, what's this? It's just
I think it's just a
Thing.
writing surface.
doesn't seem very comfortable.
So this is
Can't
the.
interact with
I'm
it,
going to
though.
tell you guys the first, and I've opened the walkthrough because luckily there is a walkthrough. I'm not going to read the entire thing. I'm just going to tell you the first hint.
Grace
Um,
us.
I guess this is labeling us as A and B. I think that we me and Kyle are A and you guys are B.
Okay.
A tell B the letters from the paintings in the red room. B use those letters on the toy boxes with letters to open a clock from the desk and a monitor.
Okay, you're B then.
We're in a red room.
Our rooms.
We don't
walls
have a
are white.
clock though. It's telling me
You
to do
open
stuff
a
with
clock from the
blocks.
desk. You open it. You use the toy. You use the letters that we tell you on the toy boxes, and it opens a clock somehow from the desk.
There is no toy box.
Toy boxes. I'm going to assume that those are the letters that you have. The letter boxes.
No. They're not
Oh,
boxes, they're blocks.
Yeah, the blocks.
This I'm just
Okay,
reading you what
so-
the walkthrough says.
So let's
What letters?
go through it again.
B F H.
So we way overthought this. We do
That's
have a clock now, and
Yeah,
Okay.
we
this
have
writing surface is
computer
a clock.
monitor is showing us shapes. We have a triangle, a circle, a tree, and a car.
Let's do the
Triangle.
clock first because you said you have a
Circle.
clock you can adjust, right?
Oh,
Tree. A car, you say? What color is it? Oh, here it is. It's like greenish. Got it. We
Wait.
opened up. We have a clipboard with a picture of a shelf with like trophies on it and a robot. A plain trophy, the robot, and a I don't know, like another gold trophy, like a tall one. Do
Okay.
you have those? And they're on the
We
poker
have
chips.
that.
It looks like. So
okay, so we need to put that robot on one of the poker chips.
the robot
What-
goes on red. The plane, if you have it, goes on blue, and the other trophy, the taller one, goes on the green.
Trophy. Okay, I think that's what probably is locked. So we
Yeah, we don't
can
have
finish
access to that stuff yet. Here's
Okay.
the clock. The
Yeah, let me
hour
know if-
hand is on the 2. And the... I'm assuming the second hand is the biggest one.
Okay.
So minute is on 7. And second is on 9.
Okay. The problem is that again, this clock is. Kyle, is this clock messed up for you?
I
Uh,
can't see it at all.
Can you grab this? Is this clock? Is it like messed up for you? Is it like the hands are like way off to the side?
I can't see any.
Okay. We did get some kind of. I don't know if this is from when I did these on the clock, but we do now have this painting slid up, and we have like symbols. They're like lines. They're like So it's like a piece of paper. It's landscape, and going from the left, from the top it goes down and then right and then down. That's one line. And then another line, it goes from the bottom up and then right. And then the next
It's an
line is like a
L.
big L. And then the third line or the fourth line is like 3 lines, like the number 3 in Japanese, if you know what that is.
No.
It's literally just 3 horizontal lines on top of each other. Does that
Could that correspond to our grid of 5x4 numbers?
maybe. 1,
It's 5
2,
across, 4 down.
3.
That's the shape of the grid.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know.
Does it correspond to night movements, like
the
4 or 2
L,
and the side
I
1?
guess. The L is a night movement because that's what it is, but that's
Just one of them.
not. Yeah, there's only one. It's like a long L, and then the other one is like a short R, like a lowercase R, and then one of them is like imagine if you were to take like a lightning bolt, but then like bend it so it's all right angles. And then the other one is the 3 lines.
Did you sort out the clock?
I think this is what happened when I did the clock. I didn't get it like a sound or anything, but like the
That kind
painting
of sounds like
moved.
That kind of sounds like numerals in some language we don't know.
It could be. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, but 1, 2, 3 again. I don't know what that would mean. So the grid could be like if we were to put these on a grid, it would be a 2x3 grid, I think, like a like an LCD readout, like an old LCD clock.
I don't think that's that. I think we need to figure out what those numerals correspond to.
Well, we have a digital face here.
Yeah, try that.
So what's...
Oh.
Yeah, it's...
Are there 4 digits on that? Or
yeah.
4? Okay, so the first one, again, is okay, so if you're looking at digital
I
face
think
of C...
you have parts of numbers. So imagine those marks as if they were a digital face.
They're not really complete numbers, though.
I know.
And like they could be anything, though, is what I'm saying. Like the first number could be an 8, it could be a 9, it could be a 6, it could be a 5, based on the way the lines are. Why don't I just can you
Definitely a 5.
You think it's a 5?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a 6 though. I guess. All right, so try 5 for the first one.
Uh-huh.
What do you think? 2 for the second one, Kyle?
Yeah.
2 for the second one. I think 6 for the third one, and then 8 for the last one.
That is not correct.
The last one could be. It could be 2. Again, the last one is 3 lines. It can't be 0. It could be 2. It could be 5. It could be 6 or 9 or 8. The third one I think can only be 6. That's I think the only thing that matches that.
Well, we can brute force the last dial. So what are the first 2 then?
Kyle thinks the first one is 5.
Uh-huh.
We have it set to 5.
We tried that though.
We think the second one could be 2.
What are the possibilities?
The possibilities are 2, 6.
Which one are we
8.
talking about now?
8. Yeah, the second one.
The last one could be 3.
The last one could be 3. You're right. The last one could be 3. I didn't even think of that. Try 5, 2, 6, 3.
5263.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Don't think it did anything.
All right, I am 100% sure that that number 3 is 6.
Yeah.
What does 9 look like on the LCD? Like, describe it to me. Does it have the like the bottom line, or is it just?
It does not.
No, it's just like showing all the lines for us. so
Top
they just
square
divide
and bottom right is what a 9 should look like.
Okay, so it's definitely not a 9, the last one.
Well, maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, it can't be a 9
yeah, it could be
because. Well, no, it can't be a 9 because there's a line on the bottom, and if 9 doesn't have a line on the bottom, then it can't be a 9.
I'm not 100% sure that there can be a line at the bottom. But forget
Well,
about
it's
the last
based
dial.
on-
We'll brute force the last dial. Just
It's
forget
based
about
on
the
what you're
last dial.
seeing. These match what your
We
numbers
can't
have.
see what
No,
our numbers are supposed
we
to
have a
look like.
digital face, but all of the lines are showing for us, meaning like, so it's completely neutral. The only reason why we got this way is because I noticed this lock in particular has a digital face under it. So
Are
I
you-
figure the lines are what you have for us.
Can you only put numbers, or can you click on each individual
numbers.
line? All right.
It just looks like 4
So,
8s to us.
Forget about the last two numbers because we know that the third
Okay.
is a 6 and the last one
Try
can be brute
4.
forced.
Try 4 for the first one. Try 4 2,
4 2. Okay.
and then 6, and then whatever.
Yeah, I'm brute forcing the last one. No. It's not 4 2.
What was the No, it's not gonna work. What was the code that you gave us? The shapes again? Can you give us the shapes?
It's
What shape?
these shapes: a green triangle, red circle, tree, and a white car. I don't think the colors really matter.
Just trying to see if this like lines up at all. I don't think that it does. No, I don't think that lines up at all. Just trying to see if that
what
was
are the
related.
possibilities for the first number?
4, 5, 6.
8.
Yeah, it could be 8. It could be 9 as well.
Puzzle sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not the
there's
best.
a few hundred combinations.
We can't brute force 2 dials. That's ridiculous.
Well, we don't even know
Or
what the
maybe
second
it's
number
just
is.
4.
I'm ready to call this puzzle shit.
All right, let me see. Let me just fucking read it. Lock the suitcase.
I don't have high hopes for this particular puzzle because it took
Use the
us
time.
starting a walkthrough to even get
The time is set
started.
correctly. The painting is shifted and reveals strange symbols. And describe it to B. B. Check the fridge door and tell the colors from the sticky notes to A. A. Use the colors on the colored buttons. Seriously? What are the sticky note colors?
Green, yellow, white.
All right. Well. What is that? You can grab that. Our monitor is now on, and we have the 5x4 grid.
Okay.
And we have 4 in the bottom left. We have
Like the number
I don't.
4?
We don't.
yes. What? What do you want?
Can't interact with anything. So this is information that we need to give you, not information that you need to give us.
We found something that might have to do with your chess pieces.
Okay.
So describe the board to us. Where is green?
It's in the
You have
top
green?
left corner.
Okay, good. You're at the right angle. Green is facing down.
Okay.
Red is facing right. Blue is facing down. Yellow is facing left.
Okay, we
Okay.
got the rest of that digital code.
Okay, for fuck's
Yep.
sake.
Okay, so what are the lines on your first number?
All right, starting from the top left, the top left corner goes down, right, down for the first number.
Okay,
It's
so
8.
we've got 8.
Okay. The next
Second
one, starting from the bottom left, it goes up, right.
It's 2.
That's 2.
Third one, starting from the top left, it goes down, down, right.
Yeah, that's 6.
And then the last one is just the 3 lines, top, middle, bottom.
3.
What was the first number? What was the first 2 fucking numbers?
8, 2.
Jesus Christ.
8,
All right.
2.
Okay, we got that trophy now.
Okay. So
It
you
goes
have
on
all
what
3
bunker
things.
chip?
So plane is blue, robot is red, and the tall trophy is green.
Okay, we don't have the plane yet, so it's probably in this other combination lock.
I've got an envelope and it shows books on a shelf.
Good. What books are pulled out?
It doesn't show pulled out books. It shows little pink squares under the books.
Okay, well, which books
I
then?
think those are the books specifically.
It's really blurry. There's one under a black book, a red one.
Kind of like a gradient 2-tone one. A really fancy old-timey book. That's probably your Necronomicon.
That's the Necronomicon. Yeah.
Wait, what
small
was the?
white-
Okay, keep on going.
And then blue one. Those are all the ones with a pink.
Okay,
square on them.
start again from the top. I missed the first couple.
A
Black,
one,
red,
a 2-tone gradient.
gray
looking
gradient, Necronomicon, low
We opened
white.
it. We opened it. We got it.
Okay.
We're almost in your room. We're like right next to you, but your thing isn't open yet. There's some delicious looking spaghetti dinners in here that we can enjoy once we actually finish this. But I think your goal is to also open up your secret thing. So what else you got? I got this 5x4 thing, which looks like it could be the last puzzle.
We've
Yeah.
still got another 4-digit code.
Yeah,
that
we
we
have a
need.
4-digit code.
4132. Try that.
Nope.
4132. No, that didn't do anything.
Okay. What is
I
the
think we
deal?
Need to
Yeah.
we need to compare the numbers on our grids.
Okay.
Is your grid a series of numbers? Like
There
all
are only 4
boxes are-
numbers. There are boxes, but there are only 4 numbers.
Okay, so what numbers do you have?
All right. Separating them into columns. Where the 5 number is going left to right. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that's the left and right.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at. So the bottom first column is 4. The second column is the second row is 1. Nothing in the third column. Fourth
Okay,
column.
I think your numbers might be the. Are they just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of thing?
Oh, they are. You know what? Yeah. So 1
is the order.
That's your order. Okay.
That's the
So
order.
1. So okay. 1 is second column, second row.
What number is that for us?
7.
7.
All right. 2 is last column, second row.
4.
4.
3 is fourth column, third row.
1.
And 4 is first column, last row.
9.
There we go. We've got the plane trophy.
Yay! I bet that opens it. I bet that finishes it. Hey! Rate room.
Oh,
What
man.
would you rate? Wait, I wanna stay. I'll rate it up. It needs like a single hint. I just
No,
want to look
I
at your
didn't
room.
I'll admit I was unfair about that puzzle because I didn't know we were missing
Yeah.
the lines to make the numbers.
I feel like the contents of the fridge are like a red herring. I feel like maybe there's too many red herrings in this.
The way I figured it is all the pertinent information was stuff we could interact with, but this red carpet, some stuff didn't matter.
We
Like this
really
clock was upside down, so all we saw was a wood face.
Yeah, Craig?
by far the dumbest thing we did was not getting B, F, and H.
Yeah,
away.
we were trying to overthink it. All right,
We're
well,
just obsessing about these colors, which we can't even tell.
Yeah, like, look
we
at
don't
this.
even have a common viewpoint
Yeah.
on what colors
See F
these
and
are.
G? They're so close to the same shade on a white surface. It was kind of.
It doesn't matter. They're mushy non-colors in the first place.
yeah. Well, I mean, I thought it was okay once we got like the hang of it, but it sucks that we had to like. It sucks that I mean, you know, it partly of our fault, but also partly the map's fault. There's blame all around. I need to AFK for like 2 minutes, and then we will go on to another map. So, I will be right back, and we will continue on in just a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna get like a sandwich or